right here. Any chance? Hello, everyone. Just checking to see if you're streaming. If I'm streaming right now. Alright, let's try this again. Ah, okay. Much better. Alright. Sorry about that. So, hello one and all. This is Kasora. Welcome to the Free Time Friday. As you guys already know, the whole point of this Friday event is to try out anything we can essentially do, like free time, like either reaction videos or stuff. It's a little bit silent, unfortunately, but hey, well, that's how things go. So, the whole point of the Friday is essentially relax a whole lot. Now then, let's see. What should we do first? Any ideas? Okay. Well, if you guys want me to continue on with a little bit of the fan fiction I have done from last week? Let's see. Well, then I guess I'll just start then. Okay. You want? Yeah. I think I want to do it a little bit. All right. So, here is the fanfiction number 3. To introduce. Oh, right. For those who actually didn't watch this last week, I was trying to explain a little bit of the fanfiction crossover between the one of the big 3 animes, one of them being One Piece, and I actually crossed over with essentially the group of misfits from 3 Houses, and also the Warriors 3 Hopes characters that I'm playing right now, the Golden Deer, or more than likely the Golden Wildfire now. And it's essentially only very few people, only these certain groups of people that will be there, and that's how it essentially goes. The point of the whole rule is that they have to be in the Golden Deer, or actually have a massive holding within the Golden Deer. And I'm not gonna bring every single character in there, because some of the characters who are specific of a certain house will have to stay in a certain house. Maybe someday, if things go well for this one, I can actually try to do that for Naruto and Bleach, for their respective classes. Alright then. This is all good? Alright. Okay, so I guess for now, what I essentially will do is now I should explain how the story goes. So far, from I told you a little bit, is that the main leader, Claude, has already set traveling throughout the entire oceans of the East Blue. There, he ends up encountering a certain area where the protagonist, Monkey D. Luffy, resides. However, since it's still around within a 6 to 8 months before Luffy himself starts traveling, basically basically both Claude and Lawrence decided to essentially leave on as they want to continue on their own adventures. And where we left off, well, we start off with the same old bicker with between Claude and Lawrence. The same old bickering that always happens from before. However, sooner or later, they end up encountering a giant pirate ship, and those two have to essentially combat one another. Unfortunately, they are unfortunately within the territories of the kingdom of the Goneril. So essentially, one of the militaries of the Gonerils ended up appearing and capturing every single pirate, including Claude Lawrence. In which, in this turn, has now been taken to the island where the kingdom is. Yeah. So basically, the lords of each areas are now essentially kingdoms now. Think of them as the quote unquote five kings. So, during their capture, they were taken to prison for them to be used as pretty much gladiator stuff. Now then, the area falls more similar to. They fall more similar to before with the Goneril area, but is a little bit different this time. Oh well, actually, I'm not I'm not sure to explain so much. It in a way I'm actually saying that in my first draft, if anything. So let's see. So eventually, Claude, Lawrence, and the pirates that would attack them ended up appearing in the middle of the Colosseum, where every single Goneril group has started cheering on, hoping to see anything bad happens. Along the way is essentially Duke Goneril, and on his right is Holst, and on the left is Hilda. Hilda looks somewhat bored, a little bit bored, because she rather prefers, in a way, she's still closer to the same Hilda that has in Three Houses and Three Hopes, more so than more nuance. Meanwhile, both of them as a result, both of them has decided to send them some criminals to essentially some powerful gladiator criminals that have happened throughout. Unfortunately, none of the pirates actually were able to survive because of how powerful these gladiator prisoners are. But Claude and Lawrence actually fought through and managed to beat them. However, they both didn't want to kill them, so that's how things went. And eventually, as a result, Hilda was the one who ended up looking. And before anything other bad happens, Hilda decides to essentially take both Claude and Lawrence as one of her servants. And so they were captured, and well, they are now sent to under Hilda's supervision, and there Hilda started speaking to Claude and Lawrence a lot about who she is and everything. And this is where essentially, so they end up speaking, and each Claude and Lawrence have spoken. Hilda actually depicted what personalities they are, and eventually she liked both of them, even though they're working under her, and that's almost like fate worse than death, if anything, because Hilda needs to work more rather than being lazy all the time. Eventually, some small groups of Goneril that try to rebel ended up deciding that it should be a perfect time to create the ultimate attack. By doing so is pretty much showing a lot of the tyranny that that the Duke actually has. And as a result, a certain messenger ends up sending towards a one set of individuals who tries to take down the kingdom, the Revolutionary Army. Hoping to see if things go well. Meanwhile, Claude, Hilda, and Lawrence travel around the city, learning a lot about how the city functions and work as part of like the bloodshed in the Colosseum, and how they're essentially more built as warrior based, if anything. As even the average person is slightly stronger than the other average people. However, Hilda herself isn't really too much of a fan of some ideas that her father possesses, so that's how she tries to essentially help out a lot, trying to essentially persuade her father. And meanwhile, Holst also uh, Holst is Holst doesn't really always agree with Hilda's in terms of ideals, but overall, he loves his little sister so much in fact, that he ended up deciding that maybe might be a good idea. And the king did consider it more as time goes by, with a lot of pirates roaming around. But this time, some individuals decided. There are certain individuals who ended up doing very well, and then he even stated that there was one individual was who was part of the gladiator movement, but unfortunately he ended up escaping, and his whereabouts is unknown. It it If you really guys want to know about that missing person, he'll appear much he'll appear much later down the line. So there were small conflicts that's been happening. Certain amount of bandits decided to essentially started wreaking havoc because of how peaceful things are, and eventually Claude Lawrence once again did all the work while Hilda just sit back. And well, as time passes, Claude and Lawrence decided to essentially get themselves a little bit stronger, because eventually they too want to essentially leave the area. Until eventually up came the Revolutionary Army. Yeah, things are not gonna go very well. And so, parts of the Revolutionary Army brought in the soldiers, as well as convincing a lot of the Goneril citizens to step up arms. Even 3 generals began to essentially overturn themselves to challenge Duke. However, Duke himself decided to come out and tried his best to essentially battle on against various of soldiers. Unfortunately, he's actually now encountering even stronger individuals. One of them, you know what? I decided that one of them will be Ivokov. One of which a revolutionary army led by Monkey D. Dragon. But Ivokov is actually leading the overall battles so far. But before Ivokov was about to essentially defeat Duke Goneril, transforming him into a girl, Eva was stopped by Holst. And thus the clash begins. One thing for certain is that the fight between both of them is actually a very close fight. Because, Holst is one of the strongest of the group, as well as the strongest in terms of the character. And in my story, yeah, he is going to be the strongest. If anything, if I were to say if he, in a way, the quote unquote power levels in terms of like bounty money, if Holst was an outlaw, he would have easily gotten around over 400 million berries. That's how powerful Holst is in this moment. And not only that, he even shows up a power up as well, in which in a similar in the game of of the the three hosts very recently, and as you saw, he conjures up electricity and he goes a lot faster. However, the ones who are essentially part of the ones who are essentially the who told all this ended up sneaking their way and ambushed the Duke. However, this time Claude and Lawrence were there, and they were able to stop all three of them. However, this time, and as a result, as the three of them were defeated, they are the ones who actually stated that overall of how things go. So, in the end, after the stalemate, Hilda ended up having her own axe and just split the ground a little bit between both Eva and Holst, telling both of them that telling that her father is changing now and things are about to change. Also, the fact that the three of the soldiers that told him actually deceived him a little, as they wanted to see the destruction of the city. And as a result, and with a little bit more explanation, and also Holst decided to calm himself down because he has trust in Hilda, they were able to stop Eva, and as a result, they told... And in the end, Holst actually even Holst even ends up telling Eva that he will eventually try his best to essentially help out with essentially giving supplies to the army. Only a little bit. Only a little bit. Just try not to gain a lot of suspicion with the world government. So overall, everything was handled and the three soldiers were sent to prison. And as a result, Duke, even though he's a little bit hurt, decided that essentially that he's already reaching to the point where essentially he wants to give Holst the leadership. However, I believe then Holst decided that he's not gonna do it though. And so the Duke actually told Holst he decides that Holst maybe, the idea for Holst to essentially do is simply go travel to the Grand Line to make himself stronger, while he actually handles everything. Meanwhile, Claude and Lawrence are preparing to leave, as after both of them saving the Duke's life, he officially pardons them as prisoners and are officially free. This is one of the few times that ever happened. However, Hilda actually didn't want to essentially see them leave at all. So, with a little bit of paper writing, she ends up sneaking it within the group of Claude and Lawrence. Essentially, she wants to join. And as a result, well, basically they have a third member now. So, and that's how the available fanfiction ends in that aspect. Now we have three members: Claude, Lawrence, and Hilda. The leader and the two important people. And that's how the fanfiction goes for right now. And thus the adventure continues. Oh, right. So one thing I will have to say is that about each of them have their own types of professions. For example, Claude, while Claude is essentially the de facto leader of the group of the adventurers, he is also the navigator. He knows a lot about the seas, Well, he knows a lot about the weather patterns and everything, and the wind changes too, due to his knowledge towards flying dragons. Well, more like wyverns, if anything. Meanwhile, Lawrence knows a little bit of carpenting, as he was around more on the woodworks, mostly due to his homeland, the Kingdom of Gloucester, having a lot of plain fields and a lot of forests that are used to cut down the trees for lumber and stuff. And a good amount of those said lumber became either furniture to ships themselves, so he was able to learn a little bit about the ships. And thus, the three of them. And as for Hilda, I think Hilda works more as a patcher. Basically, she's able to fix pretty much a lot of fabric, capable of fixing the clothes that Claude Lawrence possesses, and even were able to, and was even able to create her personal clothing as well as clothing for Claude Lawrence. However, another thing that she also knows is to how to essentially fix selling, those selling uh, the cells. She's okay. That's what I'm trying to say. She's able to fix the sails as well, like sewing the sails if there was a giant hole from either a cannon or stuff. She's able to do that too. However, she will eventually become a bit more of a support individual, even though she's not a support individual. And later down the line, you end up having more and more individuals who will be a huge help. All right. Anyway, with that said and done, let's just continue on with another aspect. I'm going to continue on the fanfiction a bit more later down the line with another, like if we have like final 20 minutes or so, because the next one will be an interesting one. All right. I guess since so, any ideas? Otherwise, I think it's time to go back to Animal Crossing. Anyway, I do hope that I will eventually find other ways to essentially try to Okay. Just wait another minute. Yeah, sorry. A lot of fun energy is gone right now, and since it's a Friday, it's very relaxing, you ask me. Okay. Well then, and nothing else is happening, let's have a little fun with Animal Crossing then. Especially since I was able to now get blathers here, which will make selling stuff a lot easier, as well as a new place. And on we go. Let's go. Just waiting for a little while. Ah, there it is. Wow. Wow, not even one bit. And it's already raining. Oh, Tom Nook. Oh. Got it. Alright. Ooh, hey, a message in the bottle. Nice. Alright. Dear mysterious stranger, I found a recipe in an old dinosaur book I didn't know I still have. That dino's gotta be real mad right now. I put the recipe in the bottle so someone else could make it too. If you make it, scream, I made it! Anchovy. Ah. Alright. Let's learn it. Ooh. Electric part. Alright. Okay, let's see. Oh, hey! Oh, wow. Interesting. Ah, hey, Mac. Yep. Sorry for, Alright. Take care. Let's see. So, any more to see? Nothing much. I guess I need to give more for bladders or something. We'll see. Alright. I like the sound too. Hello. Yeah, but my home. Oh. A different color. Let's try blue. Hmm? Ah, okay. Hey, okay. Oh, really? Hmm. Alright. Hey, nice. Okay. Recognition about plus. Good, good. Ah, okay. Hmm. Eh. Alright. Anything else? Ah. I'm good. Alright. I guess I have no choice but to essentially... Alright. Then I choose you. Oh, there's a lag. Okay, once in a while I always need to learn, why it keeps lagging for some reason. There you go. Okay. Not really. Okay. Ah. Can I finally create an axe now? Finally. Alright. Then I guess now I can actually try to do some more stuff here. Okay. After I make an option, please take advantage of the amazing opportunity. Alright. Oh wow. Whoa. Alright, I check here. Good. I check here. Good. And... oh. There you go. Seahorse. Squid. And olive flounder. Alright. Alright. Alright, Dory. You stay here. Alright, let's try it. Because apparently, Blathers is still not here, so I just have to give him another one. Yes. Yes. Oh. Oh, wow. Turn it back. Alright, thanks. Okay. Well. I guess now I can start planting flowers now. Alright, let's do this. Anyway, I better visit. I must visit my friends. Or, well, the friends I'm barely met. Eh, don't worry. It's part of my usual stuff. Like I said, once everything is settled down, with like nothing else ends up showing, then I'll start appearing every day. Since I will be playing this game off in my off times. Oh. Oh. What do you got? Ah, there it is. Bugs don't bug me. Yes, yes. Hey, nice. Okay. Oh, glad to see I have more wood then. And now, time to give out the snail. Because seriously, I really want to see Blathers. Okay. Oh. Ah. Oh, okay. Alright, wait a minute. What's for sale? Alright, inflatable sofa, a smoker. More apples. Sure, I'll buy a slingshot. Hmm. Oh. Okay. Hey. I guess I'm done here for that. Okay, nothing to take, and well, time to go. Huh, so I did make some of the items. Neat. Now then, let's see. I still need more items here. Okay, I need more softwood. Wrong one. Yeah, I got the wrong one. I was about to get. Oh right, I actually don't have that. Oh well. I better rectify that mistake though. Alright, let's give me the flimsy net. And give me the fishing rod. I'm done. Alright. Just in case. And there's the lagging again. Figures. Found a creature again. Here you go. Okay. Hmm. No, no worries. Oh. Nice. Thank you. Man, I should have actually done that. I should have done that the last time. Alright. Alright, the perfect place for bladders. I mean, I wish I could actually go to the other side to do this, but I guess not. Hmm. But I do believe bladder space would work right around here. Let me think. Probably like right here. Alright. Yeah. Now I can finally start, Hey, Tommy. Alright, Nook Mileage Plus. Let's see. Ah. Alright, the close name on the materials happen. Ah, okay. Hey, nice. Gotcha. Hey, a guppy. Alright, what about you? Gotcha. Alright. You know, fishy, there's some fish net here. Fish. Here. Concentrate. Gotcha. Ooh. Zebra turkey fish. Isn't that a lionfish? Here we go. Gotcha. Nice try, of course, mackerel. Alright, one more. Ah, perfect. Oh, time to sell stuff again. Oh. Yep. I did. I'm gonna sell. Alright, let's see. So, I got the loach, this, and this. Oh, and also this. There you go. Yeah, not bad. Alright. You know what? I think it's time to start looking for some more. Let's see. Alright, over here. Gotcha. Man, rain. How do they know it's gonna rain? Oh. Alright, anything new? Hey. Ah, okay. Alright, turn. There you go. Yep, good old typical sea bass. And then another one. Ah, yes, nice. Do I hear a balloon flying? Ah. There you go. I think this place should be a good place for... Alright, let's listen to it again. That was quick. Alright, another sea bass. Alright. Another one. Oh. Alright. Gotcha. No. Let's open this. Homework set. Alright. Ah. Oh well. Hey. Gotcha. Alright. I want to sell. There you go. Alright. There you go. You can't escape me. Alright, let's see. Let's continue on. Alright, let's craft another fishing rod. Yeah! I'm done. And throw. And throw. Hey, look. Eh. Come on. Look at the fishing rod. Look at it. Ah, perfect. Oh, hey. A black bass. I thought it was something else. Gotcha. Alright, let's wait. Gotcha. Alright. You can't beat me when it comes to when I'm in my A game and fishing. Two more, huh? Another sea bass, of course. Alright, let's get this up. Ah. There goes my winning streak. Anyway, You know, I do something notice that once in a while, if I'm on my own when it comes to like doing streaming videos, and like it'd be a lot easier for talking, but if I'm more in the open world aspect, I tend to falter because of how little I talk a lot. How little I was able to talk. I do wish to talk more, but sometimes I can't. Alright, thank you. Thank you. And now, since I'm over the 10,000 mark, I can now send some to here. Alright, deposit. There we go. If I ever gain my winning streak. second black bass, huh? Gotcha. Oh, there goes Flimsy Net. There you go. Hey, a red snapper. That looks pretty dapper. Huh. There we go. Huh, rolling spice crack. Neat. Oof. There's something on the water, but I can't go there because I don't have a scuba gear. Alright. Concentrate. Gotcha. Alright, concentrate. There we go. A stone. I thought stones sink. Alright, time for stoning again. There you go. Alright, better than nothing. There we go. Well, I guess there's nothing else to do. I'll just check on the Wikipedia again. Yep. April to November. And the red snapper. It's year round, but it's very rare. Okay. And a snail. Okay, so it do exist all day, but I do believe it mostly on the rainy days. Okay. Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time to stop here with Animal Crossing. And well, that's it. Thank. Well, more likely, thank you for seeing Animal Crossing. And thus, we're we're back to our normal selves again. Then you get back to our normal size, and here you go. All right. Well, since there's nothing much to do, I should probably. Well, there's. Okay, so basically, if there's anything else I can do, let me know. As I believe I think it's time for me to essentially continue on speaking about my fan fiction. However, this will only. I believe this is going to be a. Overall, I believe after the fan fiction, I believe I'll make this. I think it's time to end the stream right now. Alright, anyway. So, let's get on back with the adventures. So, as we left off, we are in the fishing area. And the fishing boat with the main three. The main three individuals, such as Claude, Lawrence, and Hilda, traversing through the oceans looking for some new adventures. Until they end up coming across an island filled with a lot of ships. These a lot of ships ended up being known as merchant ships. So this is essentially a humongous market that travels around the entire seas. And a lot of them are based on the and a lot of them are well protected with guards so that pirates won't attack. And eventually they started hearing about monsters, a monster finding the new lands and also eating a lot of food. And so, as the three managed to get in, they tried to investigate. So they ended up splitting up into three. Well, they're split into three and started looking around, looking until eventually, one merchant individual ended up looking at Lawrence, and who essentially having some image looking at the the father, Count Gloucester. As it turns out, it is the Victor family. And one of them, who is actually working alongside the other, is the young boy with glasses named Ignatz. As shown, Ignatz is just simply helping out with the merchant. And now that the father sees that Lawrence is part of the Lawrence, he actually ended up telling Lawrence that he would like to recommend Ignatz to travel alongside with him to become part of a bodyguard for the Lord of Gloucester. Especially the son of the said lord. Lawrence was nifty, but he thought about it a little bit. As he wants to know a bit more about Ignatz on what he thought. And so as time continued, Claude, Hilda had no luck, but Lawrence finally ended up having his own type of bodyguard, Ignatz, which actually came out of the blue. It was a mere small talk, and eventually Lawrence liked how artistic how an artistic mind Ignatz has. Anyway, Lawrence, the whole thing about it is that Lawrence has become a lot more shiftier towards Claude than ever before. However, that's mostly because essentially he ended up receiving a mail of his father, telling to know where he has been, and once he ended up telling that he is within the tiny little ship with Claude and Hilda, he was surprised to see that he encountered a Goneril. But not only that, when he actually heard that he's also traveling with a long lost Regan member, he decides for Lawrence to essentially keeping an eye on him, stating that if he does any like world threatening, he wants the son to be there just to end him before any major issues happen. And in the flashback, and they still telling everyone how their luck on their monster. Ignatz is the only one who was a bit more shifty about that topic, and Claude was able to pick things up a little bit. So later down the evening, after exploring the area and even buying some merchandise and stuff, as well as food and everything that the merchants have, Claude ended up picking alongside Ignatz because he is suspicious that Ignatz might essentially know who the monster is. And being pressured behind, Ignatz officially relented that, yeah, he actually knows the monster, and he decides to end up showing who it is. As it turns out, eventually, they encounter a very, very malnutritious individual with literally feel like it's basically someone with very skinny bones. They were completely worried because of how long this individual hasn't eaten. So Hilda ended up bringing in some of the food, as well as Claude. Lawrence is the only one who decided not to give some of the food. And once the individual ate, his body formulated a little bit, but he was able to finally speak. And as it turns out, his name is Raphael. Ignatz and Raphael are also here. However, this time, things are a bit more different now. Because, you know how essentially in One Piece world, people tend to have devil fruits? Yeah, out of all the individuals that might actually have a devil fruit usage, I do believe it will be Raphael. So basically, Raphael has eaten the devil fruit, and the devil fruit he ate is the bulk fruit. Basically, Raphael has the ability to bulk things up and making him like pretty much a literal tank. However, in exchange, he has to eat a lot of food, otherwise he becomes very skinny, which is a bit more of a curse than anything. But Raphael did try his best to essentially find ways how to essentially mitigate that, but throughout the years, he couldn't. So the reason why Ignatz knew about Raphael is because he was actually hiding of him because of Raphael became a bit of an outcast due to his parents being dead, and the only ones who are around is his grandfather and sister. But both of them are not. Both of them have been traveling around trying to gather a lot of stuff. But unfortunately, during this expedition, neither of them were able to get enough materials to essentially be part of the merchant fleet. The merchants. So basically, they ended up leaving, and thus, Raphael just simply stay there. And eventually, it didn't take long until even more. So, in the end, they just spin around a little bit, talking, and then finally the next day, they ended up moving around for the last time. However, that's when the pirates finally attack, and it's a huge fleet of pirates this time that had enough power to overwhelm the guards, and thus battle ensues. between Claude, Lawrence, Hilda, and Ignatz. Ignatz knows how to use the bow just like Claude, but only in a more weaker state. He's not as proficient. But then Lawrence ends up finding out that Ignatz has an extent a hidden ability of magic. So Lawrence ends up teaching Ignatz a little bit about how a little bit of magic works, and not before long, Ignatz was able to use a a powerful ice magic attack. And as a result, he was able to defeat a good amount of enemies. However, as for the others, Raphael unfortunately ended up stealing a little bit of food because he needed the strength to essentially fight off the pirates as well, and that's what he did. He battled alongside pirates. He battled against the pirates, and eventually they were able to drive them away, even capturing a few with the low bounties. However, in the end, Raphael has decided to come clean and tell the merchants that it was him who was the monster of this merchant area. Some of them were some of them were a bit more surprised, but others did expect it. And then there are a few who actually are really upset. But in the end, Raphael has decided that since since he's been hiding for so long, he decides that he will officially leave. Officially leave this area to travel with his friends, aka Claude, Lawrence, and Hilda. And since Ignatz is part of as a bodyguard of Lawrence, Ignatz did question Lawrence to see if he can actually join, and Lawrence, well, he agreed. So as a result, 5 new members are there. One of them being a Delphi user. And and thus their adventure continued on. With all the supplies they have and with all the groups they have, everything gained to motion. And then right here is where we start having some small adventures. Basically, we reach to the point where some of the areas that Claude and the others travel through end up encountering the same lands that will eventually be found in One Piece. But for the most part, they didn't tend to interact all that much. For example, they ended up landing in one of the areas where the Navy was, just talking about a little bit on their passages to keep passage into the area. And then after that, we enter the island where Usopp lived. They did end up encountering Usopp a little bit, even though while Usopp was crying about pirates are here. Instead, Claw's like, "Whoa there! We're just a bunch of adventurers, nothing more." Which did got a lot of villagers upset. And yeah, they were simply adventurers, just getting some more supply, talking a little bit, and then eventually they just simply left. They did talk with Usopp a little bit more about being a pirate, and Claw telling Usopp to essentially be a bit more clever in his lies rather than just simply lie. You know, giving him a bit tips and pointers about how to somewhat be a bit of a schemer-esque is where it began. And before long, well, they left. There's nothing else to do, and hope Usopp for the best. And thus they kept on traveling, and well, and then they end up encountering some smaller islands, but nothing too in importance. And with that, and then eventually they'll end up reaching to a major land, but at this point it'll be somewhat of a pretty interesting story. But for now, that'll stop the fanfiction from here. Well, yeah, I just simply rambled on. I mean, in a way, I would have actually have a lot more enthusiasm with all this. I mean, in a way, I could actually speak a long time, but sometimes I do get a little bit tiring. Anyway, since there's nothing else for me to do, I'll probably stop here. there might be a chance that next week there'll be a lot more events due to essentially trying to see if I can essentially play a lot of other stuff. Okay, so anyway, I guess that's it then. Thank you guys for watching. I'm actually gonna end things early because unfortunately I have nothing else to do and say. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm glad even the little bit people are there. This is Lucasora. Sign out. See ya.